Senator Lee, let me just bring you back in. Did it sound to you as though Mr. Boehner was double-crossed, or Mr. Boehner believes the president double-crossed him, changed the revenue numbers at the last minute? You know, what you're left with, whether you agree with this or not, I appreciate that you all wanted cut, cap, and balance. But whether you agree with this or not, all of a sudden, spending cuts to revenues become 1.3 to 1. If you take away the extra $400 billion that Speaker Boehner said was put on the table at the last minute, at least would have been 2 to 1. Now, that's not a great deal. But do you think Boehner is justified in walking out? Do you think he was double-crossed, Senator Lee?
Well, I take him at his word, and if he says that the president backed out of a deal, then certainly that provides ample justification for walking out. But I have to echo something that my friend Senator DeMint said a minute ago, which is that one has to question the wisdom of engaging in these kinds of talks behind closed doors to begin with, particularly when we have had no signal whatsoever that this president is willing to proceed in good faith, when we've had every signal from this president that he wants to run out the clock as close as he can to the time when the Senate and the House are both scheduled to adjourn at some point in August. This is the kind of moment when a few small people can be put in charge of making a decision that will affect 300 million Americans. Now, we have elected into the United States 435 members of the House of Representatives and 100 senators. It ought not all boil down to just what 1 or 2 or 3 of them negotiate behind closed doors, particularly when they're apparently talking about tax increases. Tax increases at a time when we can at least afford to absorb them. This is appalling, and this cannot continue. This makes all the more unexcusable the fact that the United States Senate today set aside, tabled the Cut, Cap, and Balance Act in the Senate, the one and only legislative proposal to actually address the debt limit increase.
You know, that's the amazing thing, Senator DeMint. We're going to run out of time, but I appreciate your being here.